All right, so we just try this out, and it looks like we are able to register users. So register, it went out, but it's failing when it's getting it because we never implemented it just yet. Let's verify that indeed we just created this user. Very good, it's there. So let's work on the retrieving the user. So in the model, we're going to add the other functionalities, right? That for interacting with the user, we would like to be able to retrieve, find a user given a user ID. Right, so you're going to give us as argument a user ID. We're going to use the findById, which is a syntactic sugar function, right? That Mongoose gives us, which collapses together the find one and compares only the ID, the underscore ID. Right? It's a convenience function that just takes a unique identifier and compares it against the underscore ID. And we're going to add that to our user model so that when we export it, whoever's receiving this instance will be able to call findUserById on that object. Yes? Okay. So on the service side, we're going to try and implement this one, right? Get user by ID, right? That's the incoming URL that is failing, right? This one is failing, right there. See the URL? It's this one. It's API user and then ID, which maps to that one right there. Right? So it must be this one. It's not finding it. It's iterating over the array. It's not finding it. So this array. So we should have. If we would have find it, the correct implementation of this would have been to break out of here, right? We just return, and then here, if it fell out of the loop, we would have responded maybe with a send status 404 saying nope, the user is not found or something. But we never did that. That's fine. We're not going to bother even completing that. Instead, we're going to go out to the model to retrieve this from the database, right? We're going to use the user model, which we just added a function, a really nice function called findUserById. There it is, right? And we just need to retrieve the ID from the request. Request params, param.userId. And once this comes back from the database, I'm sorry? When it comes back from the database, right, this is going to be the user instance that comes back from the database. And here we can just send back the JSON object user. Right? That makes sense? Right? So if we restart the server and we reload this, notice that it came back. There it is. It's the get. It was successful this time, and there is our null. What? Where? Params. Yeah, you might be right. Yeah, you're right. Okay, let's do that again. Okay, there it is. Our username worked. Right, so it came back. It came back. Now it's not null, and it comes back. The entire object comes back, even the password. Right. So we would need to make sure that that password never made it out of the server. But we'll do that. We'll do that with that next week when we do security. Right. But indeed, we have the ID. We have everything that was in the database. Okay. Right. So let's now focus on being able to maybe update the user. Right. So let's work on that next.